One thing that we have always talked about when it comes back to XRP, especially for years, has been derivatives. So many people don't realize how much money is just out there in the world. When you start talking about tens or hundreds of trillions of dollars or even quadrillions, people immediately say, absolutely no way. There's not even that much money in the world. Derivatives have always been the focus because it's the largest value market in the world. It's a valuation that a lot of people actually don't have a full-on accurate view of as well. Like even organizations and large initiatives, it's so hard to track the value tied back to derivatives because it's a very antiquated system. It's hard to track it all. And when it comes back to this, we think about tokenization, we think about on-chain, right? Bringing that value on-chain. But the values that have been tossed around over the years is like 590 trillion, 600 plus trillion, 700 trillion. And some platforms are saying $1+ quadrillion. Recently, we have from Eleanor Tourette, Scoop, Bitnomial to launch first CFTC regulated spot crypto trading. Now, Bitnomial is a derivatives exchange. Now they are preparing to offer spot crypto, which is insane. Plus, market structure talks are coming down the wire, and what we are watching this week. Now, this is of course from Eleanor Tourette. But if we go over to this announcement back in September, we got from the CFTC. They launched an initiative for using tokenized collateral, including stablecoins, in derivatives markets, seeking public feedback by October 20th. Again, clear sign that we are witnessing the evolution of these markets, the largest markets, mind you. Now, like I said, how big is the derivatives market? Well, from Investopedia, back on October 17th, the derivatives market is, in a word, gigantic. Often estimated at over $1 quadrillion on the high end. Even on the low end, it's roughly about like 600 trillion. It's wild to see these valuations tossed around. But again, when we think about what's happening here, okay, I want you guys to understand that every single market is moving on chain, including derivatives. But these markets are plagued by inefficiencies, which is why we're starting to see them move on chain. Now, what's interesting about Bitnomial is that we also have over here on October 15th of 2024, Bitnomial is announcing the upcoming launch of perpetual futures on our CFTC regulated Bitnomial exchange. This goes back to October of 2024. As part of that, we will be launching Botanical, a platform for all investors to trade perpetual futures, traditional futures, and options. This is backed by a 25 million Series C led by Ripple. Crypto exchanges are not safe. It does not matter the size of the exchange either. Bybit, the fourth largest crypto exchange by trading volume, recorded one of the largest crypto hacks in history back in February, where $1.4 billion was stolen. And if we're looking at some of the top 10 crypto hacks in history, most of these are resulting from major exchanges. So where do we store our crypto outside of cold storage devices? Well, ITrustCapital offers premium custody accounts, which is one of the safest places to store your crypto because these are fully closed loop systems which are designed to isolate and protect assets. And the best part about this is that if you are holding digital assets on their platform, they can only be withdrawn in USD linked to a US bank account, which means no external wallet connections can happen, which reduces the exposure to phishing or unauthorized transfers. So if you guys do want to tap into one of the safest places to lock up your crypto, you could sign up utilizing my link down in the description below right now, where you deposit $1,000 and you get a free $100 funding bonus today. We are excited to announce our $25 million funding round led by Ripple. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse will join our board as we bring perps and crypto derivatives to US markets for the first time ever. Yeah, this is very interesting, especially at a time where we're seeing them now launch the first CFTC regulated spot crypto trading. And it's also at the same exact time that the CFTC just launched an initiative for using tokenized collateral, including stablecoins in derivatives markets. Especially considering the fact that Ripple launched ROUSD as well. Perfect timeline here, perfect setup. Now, on top of that, we also have over here from Chad Steingraber. Bitnomial became the first crypto native exchange to be granted a full set of CFTC derivatives licenses back on December 13th, 2023. This allows Bitnomial to offer crypto-based exchange-traded products under the CFTC rule set. And yes, we have here that this clearinghouse license completes Bitnomial's set of licenses, a rare achievement that already includes an exchange license and a brokerage license, allowing Bitnomial to cater to the unique needs of digital asset traders, brokers, and dealers across the entire derivatives industry, all under the federal oversight of the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission. I also wonder if at some point in time, Bitnomial will be acquired by Ripple. I mean, it's the perfect setup, essentially. Now, we also have the announcement from November 3rd, which was Bitnomial launches first ever stablecoin margin collateral with ROUSD, expands digital asset support to XRP as well. We have here that this expansion builds on Bitnomial's groundbreaking launch of crypto margin deposits in September of 2025. And Bitnomial is the only US regulated digital or regulated derivatives market infrastructure accepting stablecoins and a broad range of digital assets as margin collateral. This is very, very interesting. These connections, everything that's aligning here is very interesting to watch. And we also know that ROUSD brings stablecoin efficiency to our margin system, allowing traders to hold USD equivalent positions on chain while accessing our full suite of derivatives products. Combined with XRP support, this gives our clients unprecedented flexibility in how they manage capital across their trading strategies. Very interesting. This is a natural extension of our partnership with Ripple and our commitment to building the most capital efficient derivatives infrastructure in the US market. This is all based around derivatives, the largest market in the world by value. This is very exciting. Now, on top of that, we do know that Bitstamp, this goes all the way back to 2024, Bitstamp said that they were building a derivatives exchange on the XRP ledger and they were being acquired by Robinhood this year. Now, we have those images here. Robinhood to acquire Bitstamp, which, by the way, this basically went through. If you go and look at Bitstamp, it's Bitstamp by Robinhood now. And by the way, their top holding here, their number one asset by value, XRP, over $281 plus million here. And then we also have a few other ones here as well. Now, Bitcoin is the largest token allocation on their platform with 1.71 billion. But the first one here is XRP. But there's multiple wallets that they do control. And we do still see like 1.71 billion Bitcoin, almost, it's like 912 million XRP. They actually have more XRP than Ethereum and all other altcoins and assets on their platform. So this also goes to show you just how bullish Bitstamp is on XRP. And now with Robinhood acquiring them, you kind of see a big picture here forming. And here we also have Ripple's XRP ledger set to boost Bitstamp's new derivatives exchange. This goes all the way back to 2024. Now, recently, on November 10th, we heard from Robinhood's CEO, Vlad Tenev, where he said tokenization will unlock 24/7 markets, and once people experience it, they'll never go back. Let's go over here real quick. Digital Perspectives put out a full post regarding how Robinhood has partnered up with Citadel for payments for order flow. Ripple recently partnered up with Citadel to raise $500 million for a $40 billion valuation. Robinhood bought Bitstamp building tokenized stocks and derivatives on the XRP ledger. Together, billions and eventually trillions will run on and be settled on the XRP ledger. Any questions? And yeah, I agree with this. I mean, listen, all of these connections are extremely significant to focus on and also tie back to the XRP ledger. I mean, it's crazy to see all of this happening in real time, but it's also at the same exact time that all of these players are now starting to look into tokenization. Robinhood is extremely bullish on tokenization. We also know that the CFTC enabling stablecoin initiatives around derivatives also shows us how bullish the CFTC is and regulators are on with markets moving on chain. Now, again, another clear connection back to one of the largest markets in the world, aka derivatives, Ripple Prime. We know Ripple Prime is based around key markets. If we open this up real quick and we just look at the first initial post here, right? The first part of this, we have here that the services include clearing, prime brokerage, and financing across the foreign exchange market, $7.5 trillion per day, digital assets, derivatives, swaps, and fixed income. That's right. All based around derivatives, FX, two of the largest markets in the world. And we now know that certain derivatives customers have already opted to hold their balances in RLUSD, which is expected to grow substantially in the coming months. We are watching as these markets completely change. Everything is evolving. We also have over here from Smoke Dog. This goes back to April of this year with Hidden Road, right? Their offerings include all of these markets, derivatives being, the big one. In December of 2024, Ripple launched its Ripple USD stablecoin focused on institutions. The coin would use XRP to help add liquidity. And we know that they want to tap RLUSD in with all of this. So if we're thinking about what Hidden Road is doing with 300 plus institutional clients, they're settling $3+ trillion per year. That's, set to grow astronomically. If we're thinking about all of this, and we're thinking about how customers are already opting to hold RLUSD for derivatives, and we go back to what the CFTC launched in September, and we now see that Bitnomial is expanding, right? This is huge for offering spot crypto. This is a derivatives exchange. And we also know that Bitnomial is already tapped in with stablecoin initiatives for derivatives. We can clearly see that just from their website here from November 3rd. It's very clear that RLUSD is getting integrated into the derivatives market, and XRP is also supported, and XRP is also a big piece of this through this infrastructure. But I can't say that with what Ripple is building, they're building out a derivatives infrastructure. What they're building out is a all-in-one platform and infrastructure for every single financial market. Every single asset out there in the world can move over this platform that they have created. It's a complete infrastructure. And the names that they're working with are all centered around the largest markets in the world. FX, derivatives. I mean, this is crazy to see, but all of these connections, this is why I keep saying to everyone, you need to sometimes connect the dots, look at all of the moves that have been made, especially even in the last 2 years. People think, 2 years ago, that's a long time. No, these things take time. When you are disrupting a market that, derivatives, it's hard to put a valuation on it. 700 trillion to possibly 1+ quadrillion. When you're disrupting that amount of money, it's going to take time. It's going to take time, but derivatives have always been a big focus from the XRP community. Since going all the way back to 2018, 2019. And today it's becoming a reality because every single financial asset is moving on chain. Stablecoins are enabling some of these huge use cases as well. That's why everything that Ripple is doing, every move that they make is extremely strategic. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.